That's Hunter.
Yeah. Mr. Angry Man is back. I'm back. That's right. Y'all ain't know that I can rock like that. Y'all ain't know that I can rock like that. Nah. Y'all ain't know that I can rock like that. Y'all ain't know that I can rock like that. Listen. Y'all ain't know that I can rock like that. Y'all ain't know that I can rock like that. Y'all ain't know that I can rock like that. United we fall, divided we rise. That's all they ever see when they look in our eyes. I ain't the least bit surprised, and I don't even ask why. I study, looking for love, and all we get is despise. They proper lying, what? Meaning they falsely prophesying, talking about we really living, but we steadily dying. Tired of mothers crying and fathers silently raging. There's gotta be a way to escape this situation now. Yup. Come on. Verse 2, we search for brighter days to escape the maladies, giving homage to the folks that passed away. I speak life with the words I say, and that's the weapon I use to keep the evil at bay. I don't play when it comes to mine. My rhymes speak of a revolution this time. It's by design, and I'ma drop these deposits. So if you scared, take your ass to the closet, boy. Let me tell you this. Let's go. I got one more verse for you. Get them off of that verse. Listen to me now. Verse 3. I drop gems, representing lugs and Timbs with backpacks. I got props like Black Moon, they want effect like Dons. I'm going mic like Nas. I'm the southern playalistic cat that beat them odds. I'm coming out hard. We coming out hard. Yes, sir. Y'all didn't know that I can rock like that. Ha. One time for your mind, representing for the deuce. That's right, put it down for the deuce tray. Let's go, Mr. Angry Man. Haha. Peace.
Thank you. Well, hello. I was muted. My bad. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the check-in, the show that we talk about all things mental health, especially for the aspect of men, but we also talk about it from the aspect from a human aspect as well. Meaning, when I say human, I mean men and women. And tonight we got a great topic that we're going to talk about tonight, man. And I got my sister from Girl Chat Weekly in the building, Miss LHG. She's in the building, y'all, and we finna rock this thing out. But before we even do any of that, man, look here. I want you to continue to like and follow us on also all our various social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. We also have a YouTube page, man. We first of all, I want to thank everybody who subscribed to us, man, to get us to 100 subscribers, man. We are currently at 106 subscribers, man. So y'all, let's keep this thing going. Continue to subscribe to our channel, man. Continue to watch our content, and if it relates to you, man, if it's something that resonates with you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you can be notified about everything that's going on here. Look, man, we from the bottom of our hearts, man, we appreciate you guys so very much for your listenership and your viewership, man. It means a lot to us, man. You guys just don't understand how difficult it is. Some people think that it's easy to come up in front of a camera, in front of a microphone, and speak about things that concern not only us individually but us collectively. It's difficult because in a lot of instances we're transparent. We become transparent, and our experiences bleed into the camera, into the microphone. So we thank you guys for just hanging in here with us and just, honoring our transparency and things of that nature, man. So we so appreciate that, and we thank y'all for that. But without any further delay and further ado, man. Oh, the song y'all just heard is a song of mine. It's called Real Talk, written by me.
Yeah.
Written by me, y'all. I did that. That's the first time I've ever wrote anything like that in several years.
We ain't know that you could rock like that. We ain't know
Yeah, man. Yo, I look. Let me tell you. When I say that I'm proud of myself when I wrote that.
You should be.
I was, and big shout out to the person who created the track, man, Mr. Jan Hunter Jr. big ups to that. Big ups to that gentleman, man. That song is called the actual track is called Lunchtime Chill, but you guys can check him out on his YouTube page at Young Hunter Jr. You can also check him out on his Instagram page at Young Hunter Jr. Man, he does a lot of great things. He done a mashup with J Moss. He's done a couple of things with some other artists as well, man. So go check that out, man. And again, we thank y'all, man. We really do thank y'all. But
yes, we do.
Let's get into this thing, man. So the last time me and LSG was up here, we talked about showing up for yourself.
NJ.
Hey, NJ, how's it going? Good evening. Thank you for tuning in, sweetie. So the last time me and LSG came up in here, we talked about showing up for yourself. We talked about the importance of that. We dwelled a little bit about the importance of that. We talked a lot about we did touch on what that felt like, what it looks like, what it sounds like, what it feels like. So we didn't touch on those things. But we also want to talk about what happens when things get in the way of us showing up for ourselves. What do I mean by things getting in the way? Life events. We all know those events that happen to us. And we're not gonna run them all down, but we'll run a couple of them down. But also we'll also talk about some of our own personal experiences too, to where we had to show up for ourselves, and the importance of it. We dwelled on it. We talked about it a little bit last time, but we're gonna dive a lot more deeper into it this time. So,
well, let me just first of all say, giving out to the guy who's the head of my life.
Yes.
And to the hair that I did not wear, and the 17 chili and cheese Fritos I came in here with. Because I came in here ready. I brought 17 chili and cheese Fritos in the room because it's just that serious. Okay. Thank you all for being here. This is when my brother and we kind of combine Man Cave Conversations, checking in with Girl Chat Weekly. If you joined last night, thank you all. We had a wonderful conversation. Shout out to Pastor Stacy Wells and Pastor Inga Wallace, my sisters.
Yes.
In ladies' room, we're gonna be doing that again. It was amazing. I think let's set some groundwork. And those of you who are already in the chat, the Corey laughing. I want to get some feedback. First of all, what does it mean to show up? Picture this. You send an invitation to someone for an event, for your birthday, work anniversary, whatever, wedding. And you know what, Quint, is 17 because I did not want to round up to 20. All things in moderation. All things in moderation in this season. Hey, Simone. So we use that phrase showing up because when you invite someone somewhere, you expect them to show up, or to say I can't because, or I'm not able to. I think that we've been living a very lopsided life because when it comes to ourselves, we are, first of all, our biggest critics. We seem to find reasons in many cases why we should not show up for ourselves. And it could be like, if you're a husband, it could be because you were taught man, protector, provider, you don't have time to show up for you. That's not true. There's things that you are supposed to do for your family, biblically speaking, but that never said to turn your back on you as an individual. The two become one, yes, but the two still have their own identity. That's correct. When you don't show up for you or even have self-awareness of who you are, many of us have been hovering around in this thing called life, really clueless. Hi, Kenyatta. Hey, cousin. Kenyatta. We don't even know who we are. We don't even know what we like. We allow other people's perception of us, other people's choices, other people's trauma to dictate our daily activity. Let me be very transparent today. Brother asked me how my day was. LaCorey has a question. It says, what if you don't know how to show up for yourself? lot of times we aren't taught to or don't know. That's exactly what I'm saying. There was really no
Right.
discussion of how to take care of you. A woman was taught to be a mama, take care of them kids, keep that chicken frying and the
Yep.
Kool-Aid flowing.
Yep.
So, there really wasn't a lot of conversation. Simone says, I agree with everything that this conversation contains. Thank you, Simone. We're going to talk about what does that look like. First of all, it's going to look different for everyone.
Exactly.
We're on our own individual journeys of relearning whatever stage and age you are in life. We're just now, some of us, just now learning who we are, independent of a person. Many
Yep.
of us attached ourselves to other people because we thought that's what made us somebody. You got to get married. You ain't married yet? You have no kids yet? Being a spouse or being a parent doesn't define your humanity. That's a beautiful aspect of humanity. But we have to stop making people feel you ain't got pregnant, you just got made. Have a baby. Leave people alone. Leave people alone. Quint says to Nakori, it has to first start with you and getting to know yourself, self-awareness. Then you can show up for you. Simone said, preach LHG. When you understand who you are and you get to know yourself, what do you like? What do you dislike? What are your skill sets? What is the thing that makes you tick? What is your why? What pushes you? What gets you so amped, so hyped? What are you passionate about? And spend time in those things. We get so hell bent on relationships. We got to have a significant other. And that's a beautiful thing when done the right way. But let me explain to you, do not get married or get involved with someone to find you. You got to know who you are before you attach yourself to another human being. Nakori says we have to know who we are outside of wife. Yes. Husband, sister, daughter, friend. Who are we individually? And I'll add another word, intrinsically.
Yeah, buddy.
Deep down in the very fiber of your being. And we use this churchy colloquialism, fearfully and wonderfully made, masterpiece. When an artist puts up a blank canvas and starts to create something, they don't always see the masterpiece until sometime when it's done.
That's it.
Sometimes when it's like, I'm not sure what it's going to turn out to be, but I'm going to keep on painting. I'm going to keep on painting. When God made us, he had an intent in mind. He knew that you would love to laugh, that you would love the 5 heartbeats. That's me. And coming to America, he knew that you were sensitive about your weight. That's me. He knew that you had some stuff that happened to you as a child. So you needed the right type of mate that wouldn't trigger you and your daddy issues and your mama issues. Simone says, I know that I'm not ready for a relationship, which is why I'm not in one. Simone, take your time. Nobody has a stopwatch for you in terms of relationship. Take care of you. Keep your eyes on God. And when it's time for that to happen, it will. Many of us have operated in the parameter of loneliness, and we thought that marriage or having a boyfriend or girlfriend was a cure for that. It is not. It is not. Kenyatta said, no rush, Simone. No rush. Yes, Nakori, 5 heartbeats. I don't know about the Temptations now. I ain't sure about that. So first of all, self-discovery. Who are you? Who are you down to your core? What's the blueprint? What's the blueprint of what makes you you?
Yep.
What is that fiber of your DNA that differentiates you from every other Black woman, Black man, whoever you may be? What is that thing? What is that it factor that makes you shine? Nakori, that's the age-old question. Do we know who we really are? And to be honest with you, I think we spend the majority of our lives in the discovery zone. That's not a question that I think I can 100% answer in indefinitely, like definite terms. I can say who I'm becoming.
Yep.
I can say who I'm no longer. I can say who I want to be. But can I say all of what Latanya here is good and is in this one couple hour show? She's multifaceted. She's multi-talented. I'm just learning the layers of LHG. And I'm enjoying it. And guess what I learned too, y'all? Woo!
Yeah.
Some of the layers of LHG don't mesh with everybody else.
Nope. And it doesn't have to.
Know how to be okay. Case in point. Sometimes we avoid conversations that are not comfortable. We back down. We keep the peace. I just want to keep the peace. If you find yourself saying that and not expressing your true feelings, you're not showing up for yourself. If you're the one that always says, I ain't gonna say nothing, I ain't gonna say nothing. That's go. Just yes. Yeah. Because you think you're keeping the peace, but really you are suppressing you. Yep. You're suppressing your truth, your emotions, your true feelings. And let me tell you, and don't get scared, brothers. When I start talking about emotions and feelings, don't scroll away. Don't scroll away. Don't scroll away. Nokori says she wants to rephrase. Do you know who you are in this chapter? Yes. Free. That's the only word I can give you tonight.
There you go.
Free.
And to the opposite of what you said, if you're someone who always quotes unquote chooses violence, then you ain't showing up for yourself. Because every time you choose violence or you choose aggression, that puts you at a disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
It gives the advantage to the other person, and it puts you at a tactical disadvantage because now you want to choose violence, and the only thing they want to do is be. So I'll say this first. Say for instance, so a person comes at you calm, cool, and collected, but you're in rah-rah mode.
Come on.
This person is coming at you as peaceable and as cool and quiet as a mouse, and you are like a chihuahua.
Yeah, wilding out.
All this barking, but you know you ain't finna bite nobody. You ain't finna bite nobody.
What's
so
that
if you're choosing violence, you're not showing up. You're not showing up for yourself.
Yeah.
One of the things that I'm learning is that showing up for yourself also means that you have to have tact.
Ooh, come on, tact. TACT.
You have to have tact. You have to understand the situations that you're in or the environment that you're in, and learn to use a different form of, well, communication is all the same, but learn to communicate in a different way without it being woof woof.
Like an adult. Simone says we're evolving every day. And Nokori, yes, we have to learn how to communicate without the aggressiveness. Yes, Simone, tact. We gotta act like adults. We're gonna
be tactful. You gotta be tactful, because if you're not tactful, you're not truly showing up for yourself, because you're not. And what I mean by this is you're not. If you're showing up for yourself in a situation like a scenario such as described, if you choose violence, that means you didn't even analyze the situation before you responded.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not analyzing the situation before you respond, then your first response is usually going to be the response that's going to drive somebody away, or drive somebody to be like, nope, I won't talk to them. I came with them with peace, and they chose violence. Nope, we're good.
I'm learning too, Simone. One thing about violent tendencies. Let's break that down for a minute. There are some emotions and feelings that you decided, I don't know what this is. I'm afraid of it, and I'm in a fight or flight, and I don't want to find the words to convey to you what I'm feeling right now. A lot of that is fear. A lot of that is pent up frustration. I haven't been heard. You don't hear me when I'm quiet. So I'm choosing to go loud because I feel as though you don't see me. Like a parent might say, when I told you quietly to sit down, you didn't do it, but then I started to yell. Maybe they did hear you when you said quiet, but you grew up in a home where everybody was loud. So you feel the only way to speak to a child is this.
Yep.
Every child doesn't respond well to that. Most adults don't respond well to that. And I'm going to take a step further and say it's cowardly.
That is
The
cowardly.
adult thing to do is to sit in that moment. And even if you feel it rising up, because I felt some stuff rising up earlier today. Lord, help me, because I've been triggered and there's something that I need to say, and I don't want it to come across the wrong way. And you might even say to the person, please forgive me if this comes out a little harsh. Let me fix it up as I deliver it, because it's some passion that I need to convey, and
Right.
I'm not perfect in my delivery. So yeah, NJ says yelling is a trigger for her as an adult. It's not what you say, but how you say it. Many of us, and I'm included, and no shade to my mom. I love my mom. But because she got beat down by corporate America so bad and was so tired and had a couple of different husbands and some things really went wrong in her life, and she never processed it and maneuvered through it, everything came out hard.
Yep.
Everything came out yelling. So we never knew what made her happy. Matter of fact, we stayed clear. We're going to stay over here so that she don't swing. We're going to stay over here. But I was going to say wish, but I want to know her. At 48 years old, I find myself wanting to know the woman behind the yelling.
Yep.
Wanting to know the human being that's been wounded, that's been hurt, that's been scarred. And even Mr. Abston, and wanting to really know who she is as a person. All of that yelling and screaming, I ain't never yelled. You keep on poking a hibernating bear, you might get some yelling from LHG. But my first inclination is 3 words. Can we talk? Tevin Campbell said, can we talk for a minute?
Yep. Can we talk?
But me in here, something is going on, something wrong. Nope. I just said, can we talk? I didn't say it was a bad talk. I didn't say what kind of talk. I just said, can we talk? So I don't know why brothers interpret that as, oh God, oh God, oh God. What now, Lord Jesus? No.
Because as a guy, I mean, because sometimes when they say that, it's usually about to be a blockbuster.
Not all the time, though, bro.
I know, but that's the.
So that's your experience. In your experience, when a woman says, honey, can we talk? Simone said, can we talk? That's what he says. The songwriter said it.
Yes, he did.
So you, in your perception, brother, in your experience in relationships, can we talk means something's going down. Is that what you're saying?
Usually in my experience, but now when someone says, can we talk, I'll be like, okay, let's talk. But earlier, and even through my marriage, like the minute my ex-wife said, can we talk? It usually it was about to be a blockbuster. I'm about to get hit with a couple of bricks. And
wow.
So and I think and I don't know if any guy could agree with this or any person would probably relate to this. With certain people, you learn to keep yourself at minimum safe distance. Because you don't know, just like you mentioned with your mom. You don't know when they're gonna explode.
But Nakori says, in her experience, can we talk usually means there's an issue. For me, it could. It's almost 50-50. Because the other part of the can we talk is I want us to brainstorm together. I don't want you to say I keep making decisions without you.
Right.
You keep saying that I'm the assertive one or I'm aggressive, whatever. You say it, I'm making decisions without consulting you. So can we talk about what are we going to do about blank? It don't have to be a law and order. It don't have to be that. I want to, okay, let me back up. Everybody has a love language or something that they live by.
Right.
I'm a natural communicator. I went to school for it. I wanted to be an anchor woman. I wanted to write newspaper articles. I taught for a living. Everything about LHG has to do with talking. Look at what I do.
Right.
So the talker in me needs, not just once, needs to lay some ideas out in this relationship, in this friendship. Can we talk about what are we going to do about our future? Do you want to own a business, honey? Do you want to go back to school? Because if you do, I'll cover this. Or I want to go to school. So while I go to school, can you? To me, that's me. My interpretation is I want to connect with you on this subject. I want your buy-in. You're a stakeholder in my life. And I want to sit down in a nice setting with a nice dinner. And I want to talk some stuff through. It could be an issue to your point, Nakori,
Right.
but even if it is, I want to talk it through and not yell it out. I want to talk
Right.
about it. We got some comments. Simone says, when my boss or someone pulls me aside and asks, can we talk? In that environment, Simone, when a boss says, can we talk? I get that. That can be intimidating.
Yeah.
Like, come see me in my office. That can be intimidating. Cousin says, my can we talk can be anything, because if I'm mad or there's a problem, I just start talking because I don't have time to ask, can we talk? That's why we cousins. That's why. Mr. Absence said, if all you're talking, do you actually listen? Do I listen? Not when I'm talking. I'm gonna be honest. If I'm talking, I'm probably not listening because I'm focusing on what I'm saying. And I will hope the other person is listening. Simone agrees with Kenyatta. Nakori says, Devon's absent. Woo, that's good. Are you capable of listening in the conversation? Okay, y'all. So let's go there. And this came up before.
Right.
When someone is speaking, I will hope that the other person is listening intently. And then you take a little pause, because sometimes we got to let whatever was just said marinate a little bit. So how you communicate together as a husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, you got to have a rhythm. It's got to be like, okay, whoo. Now I say things like, that was a lot. Hold on. Okay. Then I want to recap so I can make sure I understood you. That's how I retain. Even in business. Okay, a customer calls you and they spend 3 minutes telling you their problem. I'm going to say, Mr. Johnson, if I understood you correctly, you had a problem with your phone bill that went up 3 times in the last 6 months, and you want to know what the heck is going on. Is that right, sir? That's my way. I don't want to just start talking and I haven't really understood what you just said. Everybody interpretation is different. Good morning, class. The color of today is blue. Does she mean sky blue? No, she's talking about navy blue. No, y'all, it's baby blue. I mean, you really, in relationships, you got to cut and get in there and be specific, because we all come to the table with our own perception. Yep. Listening is a good thing, a great, effective listening, not listening to just jump in like double dutch and argue. See, in my case, I've been accused. I've been accused of liking to argue. Okay. Hold on, let me get a drink and have at least one of these good. It's about to get real. So I've been accused of a couple of things. Being argumentative. I've been called the great debater. And I've been called communicatively aggressive.
Is that even a phrase?
I just made it up.
Okay.
I have been told to temper my passion when it comes to my communication. When it's something that LHG is passionate about, you're going to get hands. You're going to get me leaning in. And this is just me being me. Can we let people just be who they are, though? If I'm a communicator, do I have to stop that just because my other half don't want to talk? Why do we act like we got to stop being who we are when we're in relationships? Why do we have to cease being me? Why can't we say, well, honey, I realize you are a natural communicator, but also realize, honey, I'm not. So give me a 24-hour cool down period this time tomorrow night. I mean, come on.
Is you know what? That's a good thing that you mentioned right there, because it goes to the other point that I want to make. Showing up for yourself also involves accepting yourself as your authentic self, but also accepting everybody else as their authentic self.
Yes.
So how you gonna accept someone as they are when you can't accept yourself?
Kenyatta said all of the above. She my family, and we just alike. Simone says, confession. Sometimes I may stop the person who is talking mid-conversation because I get confused about what they are saying. Okay, that's a good point. Let me segue. This is going into business talk too. There's a way to gently do it. I'm sorry that I had to cut you off. I'm so sorry. I got lost. I got off the bus 2 stops too soon. Could you back the bus up and pick me up? Because I want to be in on this conversation. Hey, bro, Derek says, because everything now is a red flag. To be honest, in relationships, it can seem that way. But really, it could just be that person being their authentic self, bro.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're reaching and we're looking for something to be wrong. We're expecting something to be wrong so tough that we literally go negative when it's not really a negative. I am going to be who I am authentically no matter what. Either you're going to accept LHG for the dramatic talking. I can be assertive. I can be a little passionate. I can be dramatic. I can be animated. I think there's a person out here designed to love everything about your authentic self.
Yep.
I think that God created at least one individual on this planet that will love all the quirks about you and not be annoyed by it. Okay, we got to get caught up on some comments because y'all popping. No, you don't have to stop, but that has a lot to do with dealing with someone that you're equally yoked with. Come on, last night. God ordained companions can deal with all of your razzle dazzle. Yes.
Because there's somebody out there that can deal with you.
Thank you, Simone. I use the bus analogy in training, Simone, because in training, a trainer has to watch faces. I can tell when somebody gets confused and hang up on me without any words. They'll be like this. Oh God, I don't get it. What? I'm like, hold on. Let me back up. I think you all are saying that was a lot. That was a heavy concept. I'm gonna back the bus up. I'm gonna pick y'all back up, get back on, and we're gonna ride together. That is really what a relationship is. It's a bus ride. Yep. And you gotta ride that bus nobody can get off before the other. You're gonna have to be on this bus ride together for the rest of your life. Hey, Sandra.
And if you ain't y'all ain't in sync, then that bus really not gonna go anywhere.
Listen, that's gonna be the most horrible bus ride you ever.
Disgusting, disgraceful bus ride ever. Most uncomfortable bus ride ever. Who's driving this bus?
But that's why the dating process is so important. When you're dating, you get a chance to see people. I will hope not just their representative that came out last night, but you want to see the authentic person in good times, in bad times, when they're well, when they're not so well, when they're in between checks, when they just got paid. You want to be able to see how they're when they love the Lord, when they're mad at Jesus. You want to be able to know this person, and that comes with talking. You can't avoid that.
Gotta talk.
Liz Kenyatta said, bus, train, plane. I'm telling you, Sandra, you like that analogy? Or you use that too in training? Because when you're not in sync, and that don't even have to just be romantic relationships, even in your God-ordained friendships, there should be some equally yoking
Yep.
At least in the point of, I don't need anybody in my life that's pulling me back to the old unhealed me. Now you can be someone that saw me as the unhealed, but you also got to be that one that won't even let me go back to that broken place.
Look,
don't let me be consumed.
That's another aspect of showing up for yourself.
Ooh.
To not go back to that person that you were prior to. If you can, we look. Say this, and this is going to be something that's really. This not even controversial, but it's common sense.
That's a slippery slope, bro. Common sense.
The person that would, I'll say this, the person that did all the stuff that he did in the early 90s and up to this moment right now, none of that matters. See,
that's good.
None of that matters. People can talk about all the stuff that I did. People can talk about the time where I got arrested for domestic violence, or the time I was exposed to that, and on the opposite end. And people can say that, and they can make a mockery of it. They can say whatever they want to about it. It doesn't matter. Me personally, I don't care about it. Now, there's sometimes where I personally think about it, and I'm affected by it. And I'm affected by it in some way to where it brings back certain things to my remembrance, of course. But in the eyes of other people, I can literally give a rat's ass.
Right.
Excuse my French. Because it does going back to it goes right back to your point, LSG. You showing up for yourself, you should not means you don't go back to that hurt, damaged person that you were prior to. And it also means embracing the healed, secure person that you are now.
Yes.
Some of us say that we're healed and we're secure in our womanhood, in our manhood, or in the things that we do as individuals, but yet we go right back to the same deep waters that we just got out of.
But the people, place, and things that we had to step away from, we go back to those people, places, and things.
Exactly.
Out of familiarity, whether it's a relationship, well, they're not really right for me, but at least there's somebody, I'm lonely. I'm just going to deal with them until somebody else comes along.
A false sense of security and safety. And the thing of it is, we as human beings, we as men and women, we know better. We know that if you go back to this person, it's going to be more of the same. More of the same drama, more of the same toxicity, more of the same BS that you tried, that you did, that you desperately escaped. Why would you want to go back to the same deep waters that you just got out of?
And undo the healing that you've been praying for. Simone says, I know I have a mouth on me, so I really want to try to avoid confrontation. Simone, I get that too. I get it. We know our personal limitations or what triggers us. I don't like confrontation either, but I don't mind taking a discussion head on. Now, today, I had a conversation that could have went left really easily. Part of me wanted to ignore the call because I didn't want a confrontation, but I showed up for me because if I don't have this conversation, this person isn't going to know that when they do that, it causes a problem with me. If I keep avoiding the conversation, it's going to keep happening. So you show up for yourself and you say, okay, this is going to be kind of uncomfortable. Ooh, but we're going to have to talk this through to get an understanding. I show up for myself because I care about the person. I think that what we do together is a great thing.
Right.
But we are still understanding each other.
Right.
We're still getting to know each other. And that can go to relationships too. You're going to have that awkwardness because you don't really know what triggers them or not.
Exactly.
You're going to have those moments where you might be like, ooh, that made me feel a little weird. I'm sorry, I ain't mean to.
Yeah, exactly.
What your triggers are, I just met you.
Exactly. And what I'm saying, it doesn't mean that you always like we always talk about when we talk about certain things. It don't mean that you pitch a tent and live there.
Yes.
It don't mean that you don't mean you jump in those deep waters and you start treading water and staying right there. No, you swim, you make your way back to the shallows and get yourself to shore or get yourself to safe harbor, because dwelling, living in that type of stuff will look. That is a I won't say it's a death knell, but that destroys any type of work, any work that you've done behind the scenes to yourself to help you get to a healed and secure spot. That will derail and destroy all of that by going back to what was and what was, because what was is put like this: what was is not anymore. Because remember, we all grow from our experiences. We all grow from the things that we go through, the things that I won't say go through, the things that we grow through.
I hope we grow. I'm not even sure everybody grow. They go, but they don't grow.
If you're not growing, then what's the use of doing anything else?
But that's the thing. Some people are just living and having experiences, and they're not growing from it at all. They're getting older, but they're not maturing. Every experience has some type of learning opportunity in it, not just the good stuff, even the bad. Some marriages don't work, but guess what? I want to say, okay, well, I realized this happened. I could have, maybe I should have, maybe they could have. So going forward, I'm gonna govern myself accordingly.
Exactly. And I like what Miss Kenyatta just said. And the one part that I really want to kind of expound on a lot, Kenyatta, is showing up for yourself, especially when you have some that are people trying to bury you alive. Part of showing up for yourself means that you defend yourself to the last. If you defend yourself to the last, honestly speaking, you really don't have to defend yourself to anybody. But if it comes down to it, if push comes to shove, you have to defend yourself. Then you defend yourself to the last, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what people say, what people think, or what people think about you. At the end of the day, it matters what you think of yourself, how you see yourself, how you view yourself as a person, because they can say that you're a coward all they want to, but you know in your heart that you're not a coward, and you're going to defend you. I mean, it's not about becoming violent and saying, well, I'm gonna whoop your butt because you disrespected me and stuff like that. It's about defending who you are, defending the person that you know that you are currently.
And that's also called self-advocacy.
Exactly.
You're gonna have to sometimes advocate for you. That's like when you go in a courtroom and someone has an attorney and that person is advocating for that person's innocence or what have you. Sometimes you have to be your own representation.
Yep.
And stand up and say, hold on a minute, I had to do that today. The conversation that was the way it was going it was as if the person wanted to end it before I was, hold on, I'm not, excuse me, I'm not quite done. You don't get to shut this thing down because you said your piece and then I got to just suck mine up and go back and lay down somewhere. No. A conversation is a mutual thing. We get all of our points across as time permits, and we end it on a positive professional note when we released what had to be released. You're not going to close it down and mute me because you feel like your point has been expressed. Excuse me? No.
We're not doing
sister.
That. Hey.
We're not doing that.
We're not doing that today.
Go up and say something. No, we're not doing that today. Because that's a control thing.
If folks want to shut conversations down so quick, I'm like, no, I didn't get my piece out. I didn't say what I had to say. You said all that stuff, and then now I can't say anything. So you gonna just prematurely shut down the conversation? Not today, sir or ma'am. I'm gonna say what I gotta say, respectfully, of course, and then we gonna come to an agreement.
And then, hey, don't hang up on me because you mad.
Look here.
You can't even use your words. You're gonna just be like, click. That's the middle finger with glitter on it.
Can you at least say bye? Have a good day or something?
You can't even come up with something, even if you want to table it. I'm getting a little upset, LHG. I don't want us to be upset. Do you think that we can table this until tomorrow morning after I've had, my Honey Nut Cheerios and I'm feeling good in my spirit? Okay, fine. But to just hang up as if I'm done, click. That's disrespectful.
That's rude. That's rude.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I think it goes back to your post earlier. Now, there's a difference between keeping it real and being rude.
Mm-hmm. I posted that.
Yep.
It's two different things. You can be real, but still treat people with respect.
But sometimes
it's the delivery factor.
Yes. Hi, Dana McKellar and Taka. She says, respectfully is the key, Mr. Beatty. Yes, the art of communication is lost. Rochelle is in here. Y'all coming through here tonight. I can't even keep up.
You know what, Miss McKellar, that's I will say that's maturity first and foremost. Mental illness, that's just, immaturity is one thing, that's the one thing I would say hanging up on somebody is really just immature, because that's just childish as all get out. Why you gonna hang up in the middle of a conversation? What's wrong with you?
Because
that's emotions that aren't being processed.
Yeah, some people that do that where they feel like because they hung up, they had the upper hand in the conversation.
That's it.
Nope, you lost. You still lost.
And so you got some people that'll do that. But in all conversations, whether you showing up for yourself or not, it's the delivery that makes the difference.
True.
You can say what you need to say to somebody without hurting their feelings, and your point will come across if you stern about it and you say it with confidence. You can't come to somebody trying to speak your piece and you shaky.
Ooh.
Like, because then they looking at you like, well, are the words actually coming from you? Or like, are you reading this from a teleprompter or something?
Right.
You know what I mean? But you gotta be able to do that. If you don't show up for yourself, look at how many situations have in a way kind of sort of breezed themselves by because you didn't say nothing. And the situation just got worse over time. Why? Because you didn't say nothing.
Yep.
Right. You can't not say anything. It's not going away. It's a creditor. They want their money, okay? And if you keep ignoring the phone call, it doesn't erase the debt. Matter of fact, you're going to open your paycheck and you're going to wonder why it's negative 15 cents because you did not take the call and make a payment arrangement. You chose to ignore it. It's the same thing. Same principle.
Okay. You cannot be blissfully ignorant.
Rachel says, saw this quote that said, without proper communication, even great things can fall apart. Oh, that's good.
That is so right, Rachel.
That's good. Dana says, hanging up is a sign of immaturity and mental illness. I agree. When you have checked out mentally to the point where you don't even, it's over and you hang up, we got a problem, Houston. We got a problem.
Big problem.
Yetta says that's what someone did today on the Zoom call. Ooh, can Yetta spill that tea? Did he just hit the leave button and said Zoom call over because it was getting heated? Do tell.
I think the worst one ain't really a person hanging up on you. I think the worst one is if you're in a actual face-to-face meeting and the person gets up and walks out.
Ooh.
That's the word. That's the worst kind, Coco. That is the worst.
They're having a conversation and they just get up and leave.
Let's talk about that. Dennis is in the health setting. I have seen security escort people out who started out with the hang up. They escalated to violence, and this is why I cite mental illness. I totally get that. Let me talk about that, Coco. Can I be really honest, Coco? Mm-hmm. I've done that. I've been at dinner with someone who I really loved, and we were not on the best terms, so we decided to come have dinner. And she kept saying, and her lifelong mantra has been, nobody cares for me, nobody loves me, nobody. And I said, well, I'm here. We've been friends or godmother, goddaughter, whatever, for 20 something years. I'm always there for you. You've been there for my child. But when you keep saying no one is there for you, I can't take that because I have sacrificed to show you that I'm here for you. So in hindsight, was that a good thing for me to do? Nope. But I got tired of hearing the same thing. But I should have said, I'm tired of hearing the same thing. You hurt my feelings when you discount me being in your life. You keep saying nobody. Am I nobody to you, ma'am? I'm a whole 300 plus pound woman. I'm somebody on this planet holding things down gravitationally for you.
But you
So
know what
instead
though?
of me taking the cowardly way out because I didn't know how to express myself, I'm glad we're talking about this tonight. It makes sense. I should have said, I don't want to be disrespectful to you because she's older than me too. That was the wrong move. But when you get up in front of people and say no one loves you, and I'm the one that's been by your bedside, I'm the one that's bringing food, I'm the one that's praying heaven down, I'm the one in the hospital when you're having surgeries, I take offense to that.
Disrespectful.
You had all right.
Yeah.
And you had all right. I mean, we've all dealt with somebody that has done that a time before.
Mhm.
And at the end of the day, my thing is, if you feel like there's nobody there for you, you're gonna make it so that nobody will be.
And that's why when another friend of mine did that, I was done.
Yeah, I was done too.
I'm like, this is deja vu because I'm not gonna sit up here and keep telling you, not telling you, showing you.
Yeah.
I'm showing you my loyalty. I'm showing you my love. I'm showing you my friendship. I'm calling to see about you. Whether you answer or not, that's on you. But you get in front of people lying. I don't take that well.
Yep.
So when it happened again, I was like, I can't.
Yep. I pretty much said I couldn't either. Because
can't.
I'm not, especially not only when I know I've been there, and two, I opened up my door to you. I'm no.
Just you know what though? You know what I like it. You know what I like in that too. I like it that too. Eeyore or Winnie the Pooh. I like it that particular mentality of Eeyore because every time he said nobody loves me, nobody cares about me.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. I mean, to be very transparent with everybody, that was me for a while too.
Okay.
And you know what, Kenyatta, I kind of understand what you're saying, but at the same time, it's no excuse. It's no excuse.
Not a one.
You have a lot of people who, let me say this and try to say this with all grace and kindness when I say it.
Let me get another Frito. Hold on.
You cannot play. You can't play the victim your entire life.
Wow.
Exactly.
At some point in time, you gotta say you ready to grow up and let it go.
That's
because
true.
if you play the victim your whole entire life, you'll never get nowhere.
I like this suggestion right here. Do a debriefing. I do debriefing as well. I go back and analyze how I could have done better. I also have had a friend who had a narrative of poor me. I like putting the accountability, like what could I have done better? And even in us talking and Coco bringing that up, it took me right to that time where I love that lady at that table.
Yep.
That lady at that table has been there for me when my own natural mother was not. And getting up was wrong. And I now see that I had to apologize for that. But I was so hurt and I was so tired of that stop story, that lie. Can we call it what it is in here tonight? That lie. Stop saying nobody. Maybe the person you wanted ain't here.
Ain't doing it.
Yep.
But today, this is who you got.
Yep.
It may not be the person
and
that you
keep saying that.
A lot of people don't realize who they have until they don't have them no more. And then when they don't have them anymore, they be like, "Yeah, you know, I messed up."
Ooh,
but how many times will you mess up? In the same way.
Right. Yep. Our words do have power. We can't direct our hurt towards those that never hurt us. Our hurt is sometimes we direct our pain towards people who aren't even involved, but they're close in proximity.
Right.
We do that because we don't know where else to put it. It's pent up frustration. And since you're the closest thing to me, here.
Take it.
That happens in relationships a lot.
But you know, sometimes it's not always hurt. Sometimes it's hurt coupled with fear.
Ooh.
Because at the end of the day, they fear that if I let this thing go, I got to change how I've been feeling this whole time.
Ooh-wee.
If I let this thing go, I got to become somebody different. Now
Exactly.
I don't have a crutch anymore. Because some people use their hurt as a crutch.
Rachel, let's break this down because I get you on this. She says, I'm hearing all of this, but wonder about the times when we choose to be offended. Yep. Can we deal with hurt people and decide to not be offended? We can, Rachel.
Yeah.
There is a such thing as a spirit of offense.
Yeah.
If you go in it open wide and expecting to be offended, you're probably going to be offended. So the answer to me is yes.
Yeah.
And that's an excellent question. We can do that and probably should in many cases. That's an excellent perspective. Yes, and some people are mean. We have to consider that, Dana. We do. We do.
I think just to kind of break that, kind of answer her question a little even more, it really goes back to kind of just analyzing what the person is talking about. And a lot of us are not analytical in our communication. I for one am not either.
Okay.
Because when I say that, it means you kind of listen and kind of decipher how it's coming. Is this person hurt? Is this person angry? Is this person, are they saying something to kind of get a point out, or what? And kind of decipher what tone is coming from. Tone is important in conversations and communication, because the right tone, the right or the wrong tone can turn a conversation either keep it good or keep it or turn it horrible. And I guess what I'm trying to say is when you analyzation of someone's conversation or what their tone is, you can determine how you respond.
Yeah.
Without having to offend that person.
Tone, body language, all of that comes into play.
But maybe we show up for ourselves when we decide to call and not text. Maybe you show up when you say, you know what? Yeah. Because a lot can be lost in translation. We are a text-driven, email-driven, abbreviation-driven world.
Exactly.
But when you can tell a conversation is heavier than just a good morning, I'll see you in a minute, or a good morning, have a good day, and it's getting into some heavier, deeper kind of discussion, I have to learn how to be the person that says, hold on, let me just call you. I don't do that sometimes because I know me and I know what my passion can sound like.
Exactly.
So sometimes I find myself avoiding that. But if you do avoid it and you keep typing, it's only going to get worse.
Exactly.
So showing up for you and your mental peace and being able to clarify where you stand, it may just be like, hold on, let's just talk. Let's just talk. Kenyetta says, Morgan Rochelle, I can, but it depends on the place the hurt is coming from. Okay. Rochelle says, we must consider the source and know the audience. Pulling back on communicating with hurt, fearful, and mentally unhealthy folk is showing up for risk. Come on. You have to decide.
That's right. You got to
sometimes I can't talk to you right now because talking to you right now may take me to a place I really don't want to go. Mr. Abston says, for me, it's like being in a marriage with children and a house full of people and you're still alone. Wow. Talk about that one.
That's a hard place to be.
It's a very hard place to be and a hurtful place to be.
It is.
Hurtful place to be. So, but how do you show up for you in that situation? What do you say to those people? I don't feel a part of you. What do you say? Are we family? What are we doing here?
You have to let the people know. If nobody know, a situation like that can really drive a person into depression.
Way deep into it.
Right. Or even worse, because you already feeling like you by yourself, but you physically not by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, you're not saying anything. So not only do you feel like you're by yourself, but you also holding stuff in.
Yeah,
You got two big issues that could turn into something else.
Especially if you're seeing the other people cohabitate together.
Right.
They got something going on over there, but I'm over here.
Right.
But it's also be you just understand where you are in the present moment, and responding in a way or acting in a way to where it helps you as well as the other person. I mean, I can for how whatever Mr. Abston said, it's something I can most definitely relate to. And what I had to do is just I had to pull, not necessarily pull myself away, but I had to go back into me and consider me as me first, because before I was married or anything like that, I was a whole individual person before I got married.
Right.
And a lot of things that we a lot of things that we either separate or we put away when we either become married or we come in these committed relationships. We put away certain aspects of ourselves because we want to integrate.
What was it like prior to marriage? What was the dynamic when you were in? If you're going through that, what was it like when you were dating? Did you do outings together? Was it still that separation? Because that dating period is kind of that introductory. Okay, I want us to be able to do stuff together. We're going to be getting married. How do we make this cohesive? We had that in our home. Gabby, was used to not having a dad in the home. And my husband doesn't have any kids of his own. So we had those moments of, it seemed like y'all going over there having a good time and I'm over here. So I had to make it a point of, we're going to have us stuff. It's going to be me and Gabby's girl stuff. And it's going to be me and you, sir. I mean, I have to balance, and then it's going to be me alone and leave me alone.
Oof.
You're going to have all of these different things going on.
Yeah, because you got to have a balance.
Have a good family life.
Yeah.
No one wants to feel like the outsider. No one wants to feel as though they're a burden or why is he even here? Nobody wants to feel that. So I had, as the wife and mom, I had to figure out, how do I bring this together to where we either going to the show, watching a movie, doing something to promote the whole family connection. How you gonna bond if you ain't talking?
Oh yeah. And that's good. That would, man, look, and you have to pull yourself in, and like I said, you and anybody that can attest to this. When you do into these interpersonal relationships with people, there are certain aspects of yourself that you do put away or hide away because now you want to integrate yourself into this other person.
But should you have to do that though?
Yeah, like why
is that fair?
It's not fair. It's not fair. But it's something that I think most of us as human beings do anyway.
I've done it. I think I've done it.
We do integrate ourselves into people, whether it's a friendship or whether it's a marriage or any other type of relationship. We do put away certain aspects of ourselves and try to integrate other parts of ourselves into those people or into those relationships. You normally at the expense of ourselves.
Well, I have to beg to differ on that one, and I'm gonna tell you why. I didn't change nothing about me when I got married. Nothing. Okay. The only thing that came different for me when I got married this time around is my husband has a daughter, so that made me a mom.
Okay.
That's it. That's the thing that changed it for me, because now not only am I thinking about him because he's my spouse, but I have to think about her well-being.
Absolutely.
So as far as changing anything, I didn't change anything about me, but I just had to learn how to say, "Oh, you're a mom now." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you're a mom now. So
consideration.
Right. So you're a mom now. Okay. So we got this little person that depends on you.
Let's catch up on Mr. Abston's comments. First, he says, Where are you? Comment.
That's the first one. Yeah.
Okay, my thoughts exactly. Make yourself first. Things change over time. And then he also says, it hurts when you're second fiddle to everyone until they want or need something from you. That is devastating.
Yeah.
That's beyond hurt.
Oh, yeah.
That can be devastation. Like, I'm
That,
here.
that would make you wonder, is where you are the right choice?
Yep.
Right.
Were
You
you
know what I
the
mean?
right choice?
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Mhm. That's when you show up for you, you evaluate and you ask, do I belong here?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it worth, what am I getting out of this situation other than the feeling of loneliness? What
Yeah.
are the pros and cons of me being in it? And the cons are outweighing the pros because you find yourself feeling as though you're just the sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's not fair to
It
you,
is not.
to your mental capacity, your heart, and that could lead to other problems in how you're feeling physically,
Mentally.
Too, because
Yeah.
if you have a situation like what he's talking about, my first marriage, I kind of went there, and I like mentally checked out. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was already through before it was actually through.
Yeah.
Kind of situation.
Mhm.
And so like when you get like that, you just mentally check out. It's like you become numb to it.
Yep.
Wow.
That you won't consider anything else. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
won't consider any other type of thought processes.
Yeah.
You've already made your mind up. You already made your mind up.
That's Mr. Absent. Yeah.
Mr. Absent,
Yeah.
I've been there, sir. I've been
Yeah.
there, sir, so I understand.
Yeah.
It goes back to going back into you and considering you before everybody else, because at the end of the day, you're a human being and the person that you're with is a human being. If they are not going to consider you or look at you as just this one aspect, then you most definitely got to put yourself in a higher position or a higher pedestal, because at the end of the day,
I'm
you come
wondering
first.
if you don't, the lack of saying something, ignoring it, it actually is fueling what they're doing.
Yeah.
Your silence and not being able to say, excuse me, everybody, it's time for a meeting.
Yep.
Now. Because if you're in the corner all the time, they're thinking, well, this is just what our life look like. He over there and we party over here, party over here. You show up for you by saying, we gotta talk because something gotta give here. Something gotta give. I'm worthy of love, affection, attention. Don't just come to me with your hand out.
Exactly.
Well, you don't
pull
feel
my
like
hand back. Pull my hand back. How about that?
You don't feel like it's a marriage anymore. You feel like you're the benefactor of the situation.
See? And that's not right. And that makes me wonder if that other person even understands what a healthy marriage is.
Probably doesn't.
What your love languages are. It could be something real simple. We all got different love languages.
Probably doesn't. They probably think that everything is okay.
Mm-hmm.
And in this particular situation, your silence is not golden.
Not at all. It can be deadly. Yes. Silence is normally agreement. Showing up for yourself does not involve, you got to speak up. That's number one. Showing up can mean speaking up. Number one, ground level. Let me tell you how I'm feeling.
Well, that's the problem, Mr. Holloway.
Exactly.
You're not supposed to look for your spouse to make you happy.
You're
already supposed to be happy,
huh?
Happy. If you gotta look for happiness in somebody else, there's a problem.
Exactly. You can't depend on people to make you happy. That's not showing up for yourself. Showing up for yourself is being happy, making yourself happy, and doing the things that you like to do, your hobbies. It just, if you like taking walks and things of that nature, it's being happy within yourself and knowing you doing the things that make you happy. Positive affirmations, positive self-speak.
I love my spouse, but he is not what makes me happy.
Exactly.
I'm always happy because of me. He just adds to my happiness.
Yep.
Okay,
and it goes back to the question that we asked earlier. What who are you? What is your what wakes you up in the morning? What is your drive? What do you like? What do you like to do? What do you don't like to do? You have to ask yourself these questions.
That's a good question, Mr. Abston. There needs to be some evaluation. Is this the life that I want for myself? Because that is not healthy.
Mr. Abston, as being one who counsels married couples, I'm going to say this. Have you guys tried marriage counseling? If you have not, I advise it. You need some type of couples counseling. And then after that, if couple counseling don't work, you need to try another route. They do have a book though, and I'll tell you to try it. It is called The Love Languages.
Yep, that's a
you guys try that on each other and see if it works.
Very good.
I tell all married couples to use it.
I love that book. It's a test in there that will identify what each person's love language is. But that goes back to Mr. Holloway's question. If there is a such thing as a love language, and I'm looked at as a spouse that wants to speak that language to my spouse, isn't that in a way making them happy? Me wanting to create a happy atmosphere for them? If their love language is quality time, then I want to make sure, no matter how busy I am, from this time to this time, or if you got to be spontaneous with it, I want to take this time to spend with my spouse. I want them to be happy. Not that I am the person that only makes them happy, but there's a desire in me to see them smile.
Right. But that's the difference.
Right.
You're right. That's the difference.
See, you're desiring to want to make them smile. Not that if you stay gone for a week, pet rock have died.
Okay.
Kind of situation.
Okay.
Like,
got you.
Their happiness literally evolves around you.
Right.
Big difference.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so it's just like,
yes,
cousin.
Everybody has their own language. I mean, and when we went through that class, as a part of preparing for marriage, the love language course,
right?
And everybody's language is different, and you may have more than one love language, and you can't use your own love language to love them. Theirs could be totally different. For example, I think a lot of men assume that most women want stuff. I gotta spend my money. The majority of us probably won't. Let me tell you, a good chicken wing, sunny side up. Listen, 5 heartbeats, 2 wings, and a 7-Up, baby. $6.56. And you think y'all done gave me a fur coat. Get to know what it is, the little stuff that people like. A bag of Cheetos. I mean, it could active service. It could be, I'm so glad he took my car and got it filled up with gas. Thank you. So now I ain't got to stop at night. Yeah. I mean, it could be little stuff.
It's the little stuff. For me, it's when I have literally done a full day of work. I come home, he done already cooked. I leave in the morning, he done made me lunch.
See?
Stuff like that. And then he knows that I like to spend time. My thing is spend the time. You ain't got to go buy me nothing. I just want to kick our feet up, watch a movie. I'm good.
See, yep.
So that type of thing is me. That's my thing. His thing is he like to be home too. So he's not one of those that like to be out in the street. You know what I mean? But I do know my husband. He likes his little gadgets. He likes to tinker with stuff. So I go and I get him little tools. I get him little tools and he gets little gadgets. And he happy.
Cousin says it don't have to be huge. Get them feet together.
Right.
Get them feet together, honey.
Little things mean a lot.
But that's the fun part. That's the fun part of relationships, is getting to know what those little things are, and then randomly doing them in the most odd times. It don't have to be Sweetie's Day, Valentine's Day, or even birthday or anniversary. Just saying, I stopped and I saw this and I got this for you just because I love you.
Yeah.
To put a smile on your face randomly.
Yep.
Wow. Well, I want to turn this a little bit. Because I brought some notes.
Uh-oh. Let's go.
I want to talk about something. And you hit on it. You hit on it, brother. Showing up for yourself means self-care.
Yeah.
Self-care has been a word that typically only gets discussed in circles of women.
Right.
I want to talk about what self-care looks like for men.
I can only speak personally. I can't speak for every guy, but I can only speak for me personally. For me, my self-care is working out.
Okay.
Boxing. Like I said, I'm a gamer, so I do games. So I do game. But I don't do it. I don't do it like these all-nighters. It's maybe an hour or so a day.
Mm-hmm.
And then most of the time for me, it's just sitting in front of a laptop and just writing. So that's my self-care routine. It's a very simplistic one for me. Other things that I do to kind of keep my mind fresh and keep my emotions in check is just I'm trying to make sure I understand that where I am emotionally in that present moment, in the present moment.
That's good.
If I feel like something's pushing on me in a negative way, I address that and try to get to that head on.
That's important.
Also, just make sure that I'm in a great place when it comes to the people that I have interpersonal relationships with.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that I talk to people that I care about. Hey, what's good? Are you okay? Do you need anything? Because another part of my self-care is trying to help others that I'm connected to as much as I can. So that's my thing. That's my thing.
That's good.
And I'm a book nerd, so I have a whole bunch of books in here. So every once in a while, I crack open a book and I'll read it.
I love that. Derek says in the spiritual world, reading his word and talking to God. What is cousin saying? Is your hour actually 3 hours? Sometimes men lose track of time.
So to be honest with you, Kenyatta, that has turned into there's one time I can remember, and it happened a couple of years ago, where B said I was going to be on B playing for like an hour, turned out to be 4 whole hours, and I lost track of time. Like, what the? Okay, it's almost midnight. Why am I doing? I'm still up. Okay, but when it's stuff that you like doing, you will get lost. You will get lost in that.
Right.
You will get lost in what you're doing, and you won't even care or even be even notice the time passes away until you actually stop doing it.
Right.
And those things should bring happiness. That makes those endorphins activate and stuff like that. A lot of us as
endorphins.
A lot of us as men, we don't do the things that bring us joy, because everything is about provide for this, do that. It's more to it than just being a provider, y'all. I mean, being a provider, guys. I promise you that it is. But the one thing I do want to warn us as men about, and this applies to women too. You have to be careful and know the difference between self-care and self-preservation.
All right.
Because,
break that down, bro.
Because one thing is holistic.
Mm-hmm.
Self-care is holistic. That's something that you do for yourself. Self-preservation is a defensive mechanism.
Okay.
Because you have to understand which one you're in. If I'm in self-preservation mode, I'm in defense mode.
Cousin said I need some endorphins.
If you're in self-preservation mode, you're in defense mode. You're trying to protect yourself at all costs. When you're in self-care mode, you're not in a defensive state. You're in a calm state. You're in a state of joy, happiness, and bliss. You have to understand which one of those you're in. A lot of us as men, myself included, sometimes, most of the time, we're in self-preservation mode. Because at one point or another, some aspect of us is under attack.
I can understand that, and I'm glad you brought that up, because that's a dangerous place sometimes. Everybody isn't attacking you.
Yep.
And sometimes that inclination to want to self-preserve could be misconstrued. And that can be because maybe back in the day you felt disrespected, you felt or you were bullied, or you were hurt, assaulted. So now you're in this place where ain't nobody gonna mess with me, ain't nobody gonna bother me. But then even that can provoke violence.
Oh yeah.
Like, whoa, brother, whoa. We good.
Someone says a quarter mouse don't fight. That's a lie.
Okay.
A quarter mouse will fight.
Wow. Kenyatta says I'm in mode and self-preservation mode daily, and I dislike that. I'm glad you said that, Kenyatta. Certain environments, you've talked to us about your environment where you work, and sometimes you may not, you might have to, because you don't want people thinking that they can just walk over you. But then that might go back to self-assessment.
Yep.
Is this environment conducive for me to have peace? Why do I have to always walk around tensed up? Your neck muscles start to get hurt because you're always walking around like, you know, in that Power Ranger Voltron Thundercat mode.
Yeah.
I'm dating myself, because you should be able to at some point relax a little bit in the right environment. If you gotta always be on that guard, like that hard guard, I'm wondering what's happening around you that you need to get away from.
Or is it something in you haven't dealt with?
That's good. That's true.
Because if everything is happening like that, no matter what environment you're in, sometimes you got to check yourself.
Yep. Look at yourself.
And it don't necessarily mean that there's something really bad wrong with you. It just might be there's something you haven't dealt with.
Yeah.
And right now you need to deal with you. And once you assess you could go back and deal with the rest of it.
I know someone like that. And what has happened with that person, cousin, they were always counted out. They were always called not so smart. They were always seen as less than. Oh, never mind him. He don't mean nothing. Y'all make a decision. Y'all don't need him. So now, 40 plus years later, there is this war in that person's head to prove to the world I should be counted.
Yep.
And I will tell you that person has moments of digestive issues, headaches, sudden illness, because it constantly, everything is a battle. Everything is a war.
And then you overcompensate.
You always. And you create, sometimes you create war, and it ain't supposed to be that.
Nope.
Because you're accustomed to growing up in an environment of constant loud hollering, fighting. Everything doesn't have to be a battle. That might not be you, because I know you, but in this person's case, everything is a battle. Everywhere they go, there's something that's going on. Like, what happened now? How did we get from 0 to a zillion? I missed something. I blamed.
That means that what's happening is following them.
Exactly.
It's them.
It's them.
It's not, because if you got chaos everywhere you go, it's not your environments. It's you.
It's you.
And so, just like she said, it's work. Wow. So this is the thing. When it comes down to your job, pray over it. Plead the blood over it.
Yes.
Fast about it.
Ooh, I had to do that.
On a spiritual note, I'm serious. Like, you know, I don't mean to make it spiritual, but on a spiritual note, fast about it and pray over your job.
Yep.
Because some things, literally, like the word say, only comes through fasting and praying.
Fasting and praying.
And you'll be surprised that when you plead the blood over your job, how things change.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're at war all the time with yourself, that's a problem. That's a big problem. You shouldn't be at war with yourself 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. There has to be some moment in your life or in the time of your life that where there's some form of peace.
But that's when a person has lived in chaos for so long
Mhm.
that peace is uncomfortable. It's too quiet in here.
Mhm.
Let me drum up some action. Just like peace is the most comfortable thing for me, for some people, chaos is
Yes,
familiar. It's what
Yeah.
they grew up with, a bunch of hooping and hollering. And I don't do well with that.
But see,
I don't
those people are that's like that's instigators. I mean, if they're not, I don't know, because for a while this is like the early and late 90s. That was me being at war with myself constantly. And then once things start to get to a point to where they were beginning to be peaceful, that was foreign land to me.
Wow.
I know what that meant. I know what that looked like. So guess what? I don't like being at peace. So let me go instigate something. Let me start something with myself, or let me start something with somebody, so that way I can be back in what I consider my comfort zone at the time.
Cousin, listen to the Holy Spirit. Listen.
Yeah.
It may be time to pull back. Showing up for you may be pulling back. It's going to look different for everybody.
Exactly.
Showing up for Kenyatta might be, you know what? I'm not going to touch that. Y'all can have that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Matter of fact, it's quitting time. Good night.
Exactly. And on top of that, just what to kind of add on what Coco said earlier, showing up for yourself also means listening to God.
Come on, you say it again.
Mm-hmm.
Hearing
say it again, Brother Fred.
Hearing what God says to you.
Come on.
If
That's
God
one of
tells
the
you
biggest things.
if God tells you to move,
come on,
just move.
Move. And you
If
say
God
that's why you
if God tells you stay, stay.
Kenyatta said that's why I got hung up. Hey, you know what? If you showed up for you and their response was a disconnect, that's okay.
I'll say this to you, Kenyatta.
Yes,
God got you in a place now where you have to be comfortable with saying no.
Yeah.
And no hasn't been you. You've always been the yes. I can, I will, I'll try, let me see. That's always been you. So now he has you at a point in your life where you got to be comfortable and you got to be okay with saying no.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a reason why that's happening.
Yep.
Unapologetically.
And that's another thing that we have to listen to what God says.
And
if he says go, we go.
Yes.
If he says stay, then stay. If he says wait,
good, Kenyatta,
then wait. I mean, we can't because you're not showing up for yourself if you're asking God to do something for you and he tells you to wait, but yet you move anyway. You really just derailed your own trade. So you got to be able to listen. And
first of all, God didn't make no pump.
Thank you. Thank you very much. God ain't raised no.
He didn't do that. He ain't make no pump.
No.
What he has done is say, hold on. I need you to slow down to think about what you're going to say before you say it.
Exactly.
But he ain't raised no pump. He ain't make none of that.
If God is pumping your brakes and you ain't pumping your brakes, you might want to pay attention.
Yeah.
You might want to pay close attention. Because if you ain't the one pumping your brakes and God said, no, sir,
no pump and no jump.
Right, Michelle. He ain't made no pump.
No pump and no jump.
One thing about it.
So maybe showing up for yourself.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, sis.
Go ahead, y'all.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say maybe showing up for yourself means you recognize you can't do this by yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We can't.
You're going to have to be rooted and grounded in God. You're going to have a prayer life.
Yeah.
You're going to have a regimen of getting up and commanding your day, speaking life over your life. You're going to have a regimen that involves God. We get so caught up in the hustle and bustle of work, of motherhood, of being a father, being a leader, being an employee. Showing up for you means, hold on a second. I gotta have a better flow for myself.
Exactly.
I can't stand a bunch of rushing and all over the place. Scatterbrain don't work for LHG. I have to have, hold on, slow down, low down. I have to have some okay, let's make sure. Oh, thank you, Jesus. All right. I have to have that moment where my good old Bath and Body Works, that aromatherapy called stress relief, that eucalyptus spearmint gets me together in the morning time.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Gets
indeed.
me right on, and certain essential oils,
Yep.
certain
keep-
things can
I
probably
keep
promote.
peppermint oil for that reason.
Yeah, that's showing up for you might mean finding things that promote health and wellness. Let's stop thinking everything is the devil, y'all. Them essential
No.
oils is not the devil.
No.
Exactly.
Okay, I know it's,
Incense is not
yeah.
the devil.
Yeah, we can't be spooky all the time.
And I want to say this too.
Mhm.
All turbulence in your life ain't caused by the devil either.
Very
Nope.
true.
You cause your own stuff.
Very
cause
true.
your
Some of it is God's doing. And I'm
Mm.
gonna tell you why. You got to take Job for prime example. God allowed the devil to do what he did to Job. So all turbulence in your life ain't caused by the enemy.
That's right.
Yep.
That's
Some
right.
of it is caused by God himself because he's trying to help you.
Yes.
He's trying to prune you and train you in certain types of ways so that you
Exactly.
can get ready for what's coming next. You can't be a jellyback all your life. So he
Nope.
got to toughen your skin some kind of how.
Yep.
And so
that goes with Rochelle. A regimen is key. She's in a season that is trying, but the difference is clear when I spend time with Abba and ask for guidance, favor, and direction. Guidance,
That's it.
favor, and direction. Can you understand? I command my day every day, 4 a.m. It's that 6:33 for me. All right.
Okay.
Can you understand? Come on, Coco. She said,
listen, I tell y'all, if any of y'all that actually follow me, I put up a post the other day where I said I'm already healed. And I said, why? Because the Lord, he fights for me.
Yes, God.
Right. And so every day this week, I have repeated that, but I've changed what I said in front.
Yep.
So like this morning, I got up. I said the battle's already won. Why? Because he fights for me.
My God.
The day before that, I said I can see it clearly now. Why? Because he fights for me.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, all I did was change the first little part in the front, but I kept because the Lord fights for me. And so, like the changing of certain things you say and do, it makes a difference. Because once you say it enough that you believe it, it happens.
That's it.
Yes.
The problem is a lot of us say stuff that we don't believe.
Wow.
Exactly.
You don't believe that God is actually going to do this. Why? Because some of you feel like you're not worthy of it. You feel like your life don't add up to his promises for you, right? But you forget that the word says his promises are yes and amen. So regardless if your life don't add up or not, he gonna make do on his promise.
That's it.
So you gotta understand that his promises still gonna come forth whether you show up for them or not.
That's it. That's it. And we got to realize that we can't do this by ourselves. We cannot do this by ourselves. We got to have that relationship, that covenant relationship with it, because we can say that we a lot of people can say that they have family and friends, and no disrespect to what I'm about to say, but that's all well and good because that helps. That helps.
Come on, Rochelle.
The promises are going to show up for you.
Yep.
Listen, I dare everybody that's in the comment section to say, God blow my mind this week.
Come on
and
now.
watch him do it.
Ooh.
Believe he gonna do it. That's my challenge for everybody in the comment section. I dare you to say it out your mouth. God blow my mind this week. And watch him do it.
Look,
and then when he do it, make a post about it.
I know that's right.
We gotta have that connection, y'all. We got that's
you gotta believe that he gonna do it for you.
Yeah.
Look, listen, I need LHG to tell y'all her testimony before she get up off of here today. Ask her how long she waited for something that she just received. But she waited. And it came to pass. No matter how it looked, no matter how it seemed.
Shoo.
I kept telling her, it's coming, LHG. It's coming, LHG. She waited. She waited. And when that thing manifested itself.
Right on time.
But you know, I had to learn one thing that my pastor, my childhood pastor, said to us. Waiting time is not wasting time.
That's
exactly.
I had to learn how to be a person that knows how to wait and patiently and do something. You can be working, you could be doing stuff while you're waiting. If you sitting and watching paint dry,
come on,
you're gonna be toe up.
Listen,
that's kind of boring.
And then when you sometimes we can get so caught up in come on, Jesus. And if you just back up for a minute, you prayed, you told God what you wanted him to do, just trust that he gonna do it. Like Coco said, sometimes you don't even believe it. Check your thought life. Do you even believe that he's able to do it?
Yep.
Or are you kind of like, well, God, I guess that stumped you, huh? I mean, you got to check your own belief and your own faith up in this thing.
Belief system.
Woo-wee. I'm telling you, I got one more for y'all. It's a little person in the most of us named Jiminy Critic, not Cricket.
Critic.
Jiminy Critic. Right? Jiminy Critic.
I need y'all to show up for yourselves and hush the inner critic. Sometimes we talk ourselves out of what we know God has given us. We know this is what God has told us to do. Either we comparing ourselves to somebody else. Well, I don't flow the way she flow, or I don't pray the way she pray, or I don't have the resources she have, or the family that they have. You gotta tell that inner critic to be quiet, or you'll never move forward.
Hush.
You'll never launch out into the deep. You'll always live in fear. Some things are just gonna be a risk.
And life is about that.
Some things you're gonna have to say, well, Lord, here I am.
Yep.
You said do it. I ain't got but $10 and 2 buttons in my pocket.
I'm gonna do it.
You said feed the hungry. Let me go get some lunch meat and some bread and watch you multiply this thing.
Yeah.
Stop that inner critic, because that inner critic is what's going to have you second guessing. You take a test and you feel like, okay, I'm done. I think I'm good. Hold on. Let me go check. Let me go check this one.
And you go back and go to change the answers. So
you
had them right the first time.
Man, and you hit that button to submit, and you like, dang, I should have just
right the first time
alone and followed my first mind. That inner critic, well, maybe I don't know. Go back. So there's you got to be able to silence that inner critic.
The inner critic go keep a lot of us.
Christ strengthens me.
Yep.
I am valuable. I have a skill set that somebody needs and will pay for. Top dollar. No change back.
Nope. Yeah. The inner critic go keep a lot of people at shore.
Listen.
That boat ain't gonna that boat will never launch.
Listen, there's one thing about this right here that y'all gotta understand. And I got a whole lot of challenges for y'all tonight. So I want y'all to remember all my challenges. My second challenge for y'all is try and prove God.
Ooh.
Try him and let him prove himself, because he'll do it.
Right.
Why? Because you tried him.
All right.
It's okay to try him. Try him and let him prove himself.
I like that.
At the end of the day, I did that one time. I said, okay, God, this on you.
Listen.
Because you said, and I gave him his word back to him. You said that you came that I might have life and have it to the full. Right now, that ain't what's happening.
That's what he said.
That's not what's happening. That's not what I see. But this is what you said, though.
Come on.
And
You
trust,
said,
it ain't coming back void. It will
you
not come back
said
void.
that I am the head and not the tail.
That's what he said,
That's
Coco.
what you said. Try him and prove him and his word.
My God.
Understand it. You gotta be able to listen. When we did the prayer Jabaz as a book club, man, I was so hyped. I was
just crazy.
Listen, if you don't know nothing about it, please go get the book.
It's time to do it again.
Go get the prayer of Jabaz, the book, and read it. I implore you to.
That was crazy.
Okay. And I promise you, because this is the thing, a lot of you guys have put yourself on delay.
Ooh.
It ain't people that put you on delay. You put yourself on delay.
Come on, inner critic.
You have delayed the things that God has had in store for you. Why? Decisions you chose to make, the self-sabotage, as LHG was talking about. Why? Because you talked yourself out of your own promise.
My God, my God.
And so now you got to get yourself to the point where you understand God got you somewhere at a point in the season in your life now where he is trying to enlarge your territory, and you got to let him enlarge it.
Ooh, Rachel said you on her street.
You can't be afraid. You can't be afraid to allow him to grow you.
Jesus, come on here and
you
grow.
You can't be afraid of being successful and succeeding.
Yes.
Because the only person that's going to be mad is the person that chooses not to entertain your services.
That's right. That's right. That's
so
good.
You got to be okay with succeeding.
Yes.
Because that's what he put you here to do.
Yes.
Everybody got something in them that somebody else needs. LHG has taught me so much about the corporate America world.
My God.
Just from listening to her. And then I know that there's some things that she got from me.
Absolutely.
Doing book club. At the end of the day, we all got something that somebody else needs.
Yes.
Now, you know what you got to do? Show up so they can see, so they can get it.
Up. Bring it. Bring it. Yes.
Launch yourself into the deep, like the word says.
Launch out.
When he told them to launch out, you know what happened?
Your nets.
They cast out, the fish jumped in the net. If you remember what the words say, all they did was throw the net and the fish jumped in the net.
Little catfish, little perch, little tilapia, little orange. You understand? Come on here.
They didn't have to wait for the net to sink.
Jesus.
The fish came to the net. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you in the spirit realm?
Jesus.
Launch yourself into the deep and your customers will come to you.
Come on.
Your money will come to you.
Come on.
Everything you need will come to you. But you got to launch yourself in the deep and first to get it.
Come on here. Put your scuba diving gear on and get on out there.
Listen. Okay?
You talking to me tonight.
That's all you got to do is launch it. It's going to come to you. Just like Habakkuk 2:2 say, write the vision and make it plain. But if you read the rest of the text also says so that somebody else might catch a hold of your vision and run with it.
Come on. Come on.
So you got to understand. Come on here. You can't keep walking around on broken vision.
It's coming.
That's right. It's coming. Launch yourself so it can come to you.
Ooh-wee.
You ain't got to go to it, but understand that faith without works is dead.
Come on
Very
here.
much so. And you cannot be afraid to be out in the deep. You cannot be afraid.
Listen.
You can't be afraid to be out there, even though it's
Peter
a dark.
was walking on the water to the Lord until he decided to look down.
Exactly. But look, you can't
when
be
he
afraid to
looked
be
down,
out there.
that's the only time he gave up. When he kept his eye on the prize, he didn't fall.
Look.
So some of y'all better get tunnel vision and get your eye back on the prize.
Look.
Come on.
Coco,
okay?
And what's interesting is
you on my avenue, girl. You on my avenue right now.
Those of us who have been in the corporate America world, in the corporate world, all of the things that you experienced were there to help you with your own.
See?
Even the stuff that we didn't like, it was to teach us how not to do certain things, how not to execute certain projects. All of those transferable skills, all the grinding we did in that 9 to 5, that 10 to 7, that 7 to 7, God can turn around and use that for our own businesses.
Come on here.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
And I'm come on now.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting on LSD. I'm not in Detroit, y'all. But I'm waiting
Woo-wee.
on her to start her business because I can get to her via the web. Hallelujah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go.
So I'm telling you, don't act like you
Jesus.
gotta be there in person. All she got to do is start to build a website and it's coming.
My God.
It's coming. The thing of it is, everybody on this chat, everybody on the screen,
All of
you
us.
all got assignments. You know
Yes.
what's happening is your assignments are waiting on you.
Yeah.
So if you do what you was told, your assignments will do what? Come to you.
Come on.
All you got to
Woo-wee.
do is what he said. Prepare yourself, launch into the deep, get ready to go in the labor and deliver something.
You better come on in here, birthing room.
That's it.
Come on.
You can't stay pregnant your whole life.
Mm-mm.
No bad.
Because some of y'all, your gifts been long overdue.
Right.
So do what you got to do.
So we show up for ourselves by making a move.
Got to.
There you go.
It's
First
time,
step.
y'all. It's
That's
time.
it.
I
It's
see
time.
a few names in this chat. It's time.
Look,
It's
Loud
time,
Hugh said
y'all.
it best, y'all. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step.
One step. One step.
If you're afraid to take that step, then you'll never know what your journey is, and you'll never know what that journey entails.
Listen, sir.
Wow. And God can use us right where we are. We get so caught up in what we don't have and how we don't look and who's going to read the book and who's going to, we ain't even got to worry about that.
That's it. Who is meant to touch, it will touch.
It sure will. Can't stay pregnant your whole life. That baby got to go.
You sure okay.
Got
9
to go.
months.
Wow.
That's what you got. 9 months. You carry that baby to try to term and birth it. Same thing is your hopes and your dreams and your aspirations and the things that God has told you to do.
Listen, God makes good on broken pieces. Remember that.
He does.
He do real good with broken pieces.
He does.
So for those of y'all that think you so broken that nothing can happen, I need you to change your thought. What I need you to do tonight is get him all the pieces, ask him to put them back together the way he see fit.
Kenyatta say,
So
you mean I'm going to have a six-pack soon? Kenyatta,
listen. Okay.
Yep.
Listen.
Come on.
I'm telling you, y'all, man, y'all don't understand.
And you know what else? One thing about showing up for you, if you're not doing something that you love, that brings you joy,
then what do you do?
What's happening? And I'm not shading corporate America at all, but the level of grind that I gave corporate America, if I gave my own business half of that grind,
that part.
Wow.
That part.
I mean, cutting the light on, cutting it off, weekends.
That part.
So now we got to take that fervor and that grind and that passion
and put it
behind our own vision that God has given us.
Got to.
Why would you not be happy to get up every day and to walk into what belongs to you?
Ooh, come on.
Let's think about it. How many times have you got up, made sure that you was be up before time for somebody else's job?
Wow.
Only to be made miserable before the end of the day.
Wow.
Yep.
So now you should be very happy to get up and walk into something that belongs to you.
When it don't even feel like work. I'm talking about the kind of stuff,
y'all,
where you so excited, you can't even wait. You look at the phone like, look, it ain't time to get up yet. I want to go out here and help some people and impact some people. And wow. And to be able to do it as unto the Lord.
That's it.
Feel good about it. Be fulfilled in your calling.
That's it.
That's how you show up for yourself.
That's it.
You walk in what God has given you and you enjoy it.
That's what you do. I do it every day.
My God, y'all. I needed this. Kenyatta, I ain't playing with you.
I do it every day. Listen, Kenyatta, my husband is forever telling me. My husband is forever telling me that what I got, somebody else needs. And so at the end of the day, I understand and I get it.
We are.
But I may do on what I needed to do. So my official business launch is coming soon.
Come on with
Or
it.
at the end of the day, I'm telling y'all to do the same thing.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
time. It's
It is.
time, y'all. We didn't wrote stuff. We didn't
It is
got the
past
journals.
time.
It's time for some implementation. And you don't have to do it alone.
Nope.
You get yourself a trusted group of people, and you
That's
have
it.
think tanks and brainstorming sessions, and you talk things through. You can't share with everybody. I'm just gonna
Right.
say that, but you
Right.
get you someone that you know you can trust, that's like-minded,
Yeah.
that won't steal your idea,
Yep.
but will be that second pair of eyes and second pair of ears and say, that's doable, girl.
And I want y'all to remember this. A lady told me this. This lady was roughly in her mid-70s. She said, I want you to think about your circle of friends. And I said, okay. And I've got the thought in my head. She said, now, thinking about your circle of friends, she said, I want you to tell me what each of your friends got, like career-wise, or what they do. And I told her. She said, now I'm going to tell you where something is off. She said, I could look at your circle of friends and tell you a lot about you.
Ooh, come on.
This is what she said. Okay. So I need you to think about what I just said. Think about your circle of friends.
Yeah.
The ones that you call your circle. And you think about what your circle have.
Wow.
And then think about yourself.
Love.
Are y'all on the same level? Probably not.
Wow.
And
Wow.
So what she told me was, she said, you need to get friends that are either trying to get where you trying to go or already there.
Already there. That's
Yep.
good. Diversify your friendships. Diversify.
Because
Please. And
if you with people who just as stagnated as you are,
my God,
you'll never go nowhere.
you need somebody that's trying to level up.
Yeah.
Or somebody that done already made it.
Right.
Yep. Exactly. And that's another thing we
that's
talk about.
good.
Growing up for yourself, man. You have to be mindful of the people that are in your direct orbit. I say this all the time. You got to be careful about the people that you allow in your orbit, your direct orbit. You got to be careful about the people you allow in your solar system, because everybody ain't gonna be for you.
That's true.
Everybody's not
That's a
gonna.
lot, because some of the people that you call friends drain you. They drain you.
Drain every ounce of life, love, and joy.
Some of these people that you call friends drain you. Why? Because you let them.
Yes.
Yep.
Why? Because you have become their dumping ground.
Yes.
We have to have things, and everything in moderation, y'all. You have to be able to have to, like these ladies said, man, it involves God, it involves introspection of self, it involves us to take a risk and launch out into the deep and not be afraid of being in the deep, because of course it's gonna be a cold, dark, and fearful place, but launch out anyway, because launch out in the deep anyway, because
you're scared if you have to. Just do it.
That's it.
Yeah, what's risk without what is a reward without a risk?
Listen, we're gonna try this. By show of hand claps in the comment section, who would want LHG to be their business consultant?
Wow.
let's just go there real quick.
Wow.
This is by show of hands in the comment section.
Wow.
Who would want LHG to be a business consultant?
I'm working on it,
dude. And trust that she could do the job, because I know she can.
I'm working.
Okay.
Come on.
Now next, see that we got hands.
There we go. Right there.
Next.
Cuz.
Who wouldn't want? And Sanette just said hands. Who would now? Who wouldn't want to take a writing course ran by Fred? Now this is the author of about to be almost 8-9 books over here in the corner. So who wouldn't want to be in a writer's course ran by Fred?
I love you, girl.
Hands. There we go. So we got more hands.
I love y'all.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
Y'all
at the end of the day, you already got folks rooting for you in your corner. Now you just got to make it happen.
Amen. Amen.
Now you just gotta make it happen. There's only one of you and only one of you who can do it just the way you do it.
Amen.
I don't care how many other people got the same business.
That's
they
right.
ain't LSG.
They sure ain't. And they ain't got these chili and cheese Fritos either.
But I'm telling y'all know what I mean, right? And so that's what I'm saying. I don't care if it's 15 people doing the same thing you doing. It's only one of you.
Yes.
It's only one of you.
Yes.
And trust me,
Encyclopedia said
God will send them to you quicker than he will send them somewhere else. Why? Because not only will LHG be the business consultant, but she'll pray over the business at the same time.
I sure will. Listen,
Exactly.
you better believe
there's
it.
a difference when he sees you to somebody that know him.
Ooh-wee. My God.
You understand? I would rather be consulted by somebody that know him.
Yes.
Because then that way I can say, you know what? She gonna hear from him concerning my business.
Yes.
Absolutely. And then she gonna tell me what I need to do.
Absolutely.
And I can agree with that. So I'm telling y'all, at the end of the day, I don't care if they 200 people doing what you say you want to do. There's only one of you. Get out there and do it.
Yes.
You'll never succeed if first you don't fail. But you got to try in order to fail.
Yep.
Wow.
You can't get a reward. You cannot get a reward if you don't take a risk.
You got to try in order to fail. And there's no success without failure.
Wow. And show up even if there's people already in line.
That's it.
Exactly.
Still show up. Still show up and get in line. The way our God is, he's so big. He's given us all an element of greatness for us to cultivate. We all have something uniquely wonderful about us. Still show up, even though that line too long. Get in line.
Get in line anyway.
Put your gym shoes on and get in line.
That's it. Bring a fold out chair if you got to.
Bring your chair, bring your sandwich, get you a couple of these good Cheetos and Fritos, and sit down somewhere. Sit down somewhere. We get discouraged really easily.
Very.
I think God is just wanting us to persevere.
That's it.
That's it.
Stay in there. Stay in there. Stay the course, as Auntie always say.
Stay the
course.
Stay the course.
It's going to all make sense and it's going to all be worth it. And you will be able to tell somebody else, I'm so glad I stayed in it. I'm glad I didn't let that thing go because look at what God has been able to do. Ooh, I feel that in my head.
Stay on target.
Stay the course. I'm telling you.
My God.
I'm telling you. Listen, I know for a fact that God has graced me with the gift of bouncing back.
Yes.
Things. And he's graced me with the gift to be able to tell people how to hold on and stay the course.
Yeah.
Right. And so at the end of the day, I'm telling you, I challenge you to stay the course, but I challenge you to make something happen. I challenge you to activate your faith.
And write this affirmation down. It's in my spiritual DNA to rule, conquer, and dominate. Come on, Rachel.
Okay.
Come on, affirmations. Show up with your affirmations. What are you saying? Watch your mouth.
What are you saying to yourself?
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. And
not only what are you saying to yourself, but what are you saying about other people?
Come on.
Exactly.
Your mouth may be the problem. So next says, I try not to dump on folk. If I do ask, it's a need. If you can't, I understand. I hate mess being dumped on me. That's why I need to rise solo for my peace. Sorry for this late post. Don't you say sorry, girl. I get all of that. Yeah. Peace is God's currency. God pays me in peace.
Right. He said peace.
He pays me.
Listen, when they was on the boat and they said, Father, do you care not to repairs? He woke up and said, you woke me up. I was asleep.
I was asleep.
He said, I was asleep. All he did was wake up, looked at the waves and said, peace, be still, and went back to sleep.
Good night. Deuces.
Deuces.
Where the cover at? Give him a blanket.
Do you understand how easy that was?
Come on. And maybe we make stuff too complicated.
We do.
Maybe we show up for ourselves by saying this ain't too hard for God.
That's it.
It may seem crazy for me in my own strength,
That's
but
it.
I ain't him.
That's it.
I ain't him.
Every day.
I show up for myself when I realize who God is
Every day.
or who I'm not.
Yep.
That's
Every
how I
day.
show up for LHG.
That's it.
That's
Every
how we
day.
all should show up. That's how we all should show up.
You show up for him every day when you wake up and say, okay, God, you did it again.
Right
Now what you need me to do?
Let's go.
That's what you wake up.
Let's go.
Okay, God, I thank you for waking me up again today. But now what you need me to do?
I had a good shower, Lord. I'm so fresh and so clean. What we doing today?
Exactly. It's just simply just showing gratitude. That's how you show up for yourself. Showing gratitude.
That's it.
Show gratitude not only for the life you have, but also what you have. What also
that much gratitude go this far.
Wow.
You understand? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Go a long way.
And are y'all journaling? Do men journal, Fred?
I do. I don't know about everybody else. I got a whole bunch of notebooks.
That's a release for me. That's a release. Journaling is a release for me.
It's something you gotta work. It's something you gotta work on, babe.
Jeanette, we gotta work on that. Sometimes we overcomplicate, overthink, over all that. Yeah, we do. Man. We do.
We do make stuff hard sometimes. But it goes back to just saying, "Hey, look, well, this shouldn't be that difficult." Mm-hmm. Maybe it's just in my mind I'm making it difficult. It is really,
and a lot of times that's where it is in our mind.
Hi, super
simple. Thank you for joining. Thank you.
I do want to before we get up off of here, I do want to pray for Mr. What's his name? Abseth.
Yes.
And the other guy that was up here.
Brother Holloway?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I hope y'all still in here. Yes,
Before we go, and because it's after 10, and I'm gonna let y'all get up out of here because I could go all night about the Lord now. Okay. But we're gonna go ahead and pray. So, Father, I thank you once again for bringing us here. I thank you for the fellowship. But God, we come to you now. We stand in proxy for our two brothers that were on the screen. But more so, we ask you that you cover them, God, like you never have before. God, we ask you that you go into their homes, God, and do what you need to do. God, I thank you right now that you are interrupting the enemy's plans concerning them on tonight. I ask you that you go into the marriages, into the homes, into every relationship, into the jobs, into the ministries, to the children, to anything connected to them, God. God, and I ask you that you touch it and cover it with your blood, oh God. God, I thank you right now, oh God, that you will send them the right connections in this hour, in this season, in this time. God, I thank you that you will allow them to have an outlet in you, God. God, I thank you that they will come to you, yearn on you, and lean on you even the more after tonight, oh God. God, I thank you right now, oh God, that you will turn and shift some things around for them on their behalf on tonight, oh God, like I know that you can do. But God, first and foremost, oh God, we got to say thank you for you simply being who you are.
Yes, God.
God, we thank you right now because we know that there is nobody like you, oh God. God, you are our Jehovah Jireh. You are our provider, oh God. God, you are our healer. You are the great I am, and we thank you on tonight, oh God. God, I thank you right now for Fred. I ask you that you cover him from the crown of his head to the sole of his feet, oh God. God, I ask you that you go before him in everything that he gets ready to do, oh God. God, anything that is not like you that gets ready to come nigh his dwelling, do not even allow it to penetrate. And I thank you right now, oh God, God, that you will cover every aspect of his life, oh God, his relationship, his finances, his mother, his children, everybody connected to him, oh God, and his business and his ministry right now, God, in the mighty name of Jesus, oh God. God, I thank you for LHG's life on tonight, oh God. God, I thank you for her daughter, Gabby, oh God. God, I thank you for the great ways and feats that you're making in her life right now, oh God. God, I thank you for the wonderful young woman that you are growing her up to be. God, and I thank you right now, oh God, that she will make her mother proud, oh God. God, I thank you right now, oh God, that her mother is beautifully and wonderfully made, oh God. God, she is the apple of your eye, oh God. God, and I thank you right now, oh God, that you are getting ready to promote her in the spirit realm, oh God. like never before, oh God. God, we thank you for every open door, oh God. God, and we thank you for every closed door, oh God.
Yes,
God,
Jesus.
we thank you right now that you are cultivating her relationships, oh God. God, I thank you right now, oh God, that she will never lack anything else that she needs, oh God. God, I thank you right now for the new keys that are coming to her, oh God. Right now, in the mighty name of Jesus, oh God. God,
Hallelujah.
I thank you right now, oh God, that there's an
Jesus.
open heaven over her head, oh God.
Yes, God.
God, that you are releasing on her a shower of blessings, oh God, like she has never seen before, oh God. God, I thank you right now that you're going to rain so much on her, oh God. God, that she has an endless overflow, oh God, that she can bless people the way that she wants to, oh God. God, the way that you are putting it on her heart to do, oh God. God, and I thank everybody in the comment section right now, oh God. God, I ask you that you go to them, oh God. God, I ask you that you continue to engulf them and reignite their fire for you, oh God. If the flame was going out, rekindle it on tonight, oh God. God, we thank you right now, oh God. God, that there is power in the weight and the press, oh God. God, we thank you right now, oh God, for loosing every shackle, oh God, that was not like you, oh God. God, we thank you right now for tearing down every stronghold, oh God. God, and we thank you for breaking every chain that so easily beset us on tonight, oh God. God, I thank you that after tonight they will go forth in you, oh God. God, speaking wonders and words over their life that you put in them, oh God. God, I thank you right now that your will be done in their lives on tonight, oh God. God, that they will always see themselves the way you see them, oh God, after tonight, oh God. God, I thank you right now, oh God, for the enlargement of territories on the screen, oh God, and even in the comment section and over the airwaves, oh God. God, I thank you right now, oh God, for every business that will be created, oh God, for every book that will be written, oh God, in the mighty name of Jesus, oh God. God, and I thank you right now for every infirmity that you will heal, oh God. God, I thank you right now, oh God, for the praise reports that are on the way, oh God. God, and I thank you for the sudden turnaround for some people, oh God. God, I thank you right now for the solution and the manifestation, oh God, that you are putting in some people's hearts and minds, oh God. God, make everything clear, oh God. God, so there's no second guessing on tonight. God, I will be so ever grateful and careful to give you all honor and praise. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Glory
Amen.
God.
Amen. And amen.
Yes, sir.
Woo.
Woo.
What
Yes,
a night.
ma'am.
Please, somebody said check your inbox when you get done.
Okay. Tammy,
Tammy.
do you want to let us know which person you are referring to? Yes, Sister Rachel. I know I needed it. Thank you, Sister Tammy. I appreciate y'all. This has been amazing.
It has.
This has
Man,
been amazing. 2 nights in a row. God is good.
very much so. This is, look, first of all, I can't tell you how, look, like, y'all been walking on my avenue all night. So I
She
ain't
said
gonna even look.
you, LSG.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
So y'all been walking on my avenue all night. So I mean, there ain't much that I can really say, but that has already been said. I so appreciate
You're welcome.
appreciate you,
Yes.
LHD, and I also appreciate you, Coco, for just coming on here and just having this conversation about what it means to show up for yourself.
We needed it.
Yeah. And the thing, we can't stress this enough, y'all. If we haven't said it now, we'll repeat it until the day God calls our home. It's important to have God in the midst or the center of all this if we're going to show up for ourselves in the proper way.
Mm-hmm.
We can't stress that enough. It's imperative because there's so many things can go wrong if we try to do it our way. But when you do it God's way, then it's almost a guaranteed win. You can just you don't have to play the game. That W is already in the books. So
yeah,
I really do thank my sisters for showing up tonight. I really thank you guys in the comments for coming
thank y'all
in,
for being here.
For being here and listening to us talk about this subject. I really do feel it in my heart and in my spirit that a part 3 is going to be necessary because there's still some things.
I got notes, bro. Listen,
it's still some stuff that we still ain't broached a whole bunch of other stuff. There's some stuff we still ain't that we talked about that we didn't even broach yet. So it's gonna be a part 3
But
because
think about it though, you can't stop showing up for yourself.
oh no,
Stop.
that's a constant thing. Constant
Ooh.
thing.
You gotta
You
show
gotta
up
do this every day.
This is what I want y'all to think about. You know, the Bible says that he prepares a table for you in front of your enemies.
Yes.
You tell me how that would look for him to prepare the table and you don't show up.
Ooh,
man, let me tell you, let me tell you.
Just get that thought in your head. He's already prepared the table.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is show up.
Just show up.
So show up.
My God. Get you a bottle of water and show up.
Show
Let me
up.
tell you something, y'all. Coco said a mouthful right there.
Yeah.
Just show up. Just show your face.
Yes.
Just show up.
Just show your face. Just show up on the field. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a requirement that you play, but you do gotta show up on the field.
And let's say this: when we do part 3, if anyone in the comments wants to join us, if you have been blessed by the conversation and you want to get in on it in the studio with us, just message us. We would love to have you, and I really hope you're gonna be in the house this Saturday. Somebody turning 1 year old this here Saturday. Woo-wee. I'm ready, y'all.
Listen, I know you're gonna have a grand old time. A grand old time.
He been dealing with me. I'm telling you, these last 12 months has been a good thing for me. So I'm ready to party. I want to find me some party clothes. Dance fever.
Right. So that's say topics be on point and on time.
I love y'all. I love y'all. This is how I fight my battles. This right here.
That's it. That's how it's supposed to be.
Right here.
Look here, y'all. Look. So with that being said, man, look here. Like I said, y'all get ready for this coming Saturday, y'all, because it's about to be a celebration.
Yeah, so you're gonna celebrate.
Yeah. It's about to be a celebration.
I
need y'all to be ready.
1 year anniversary with us. And so we are so excited for her. I'm super proud of her because she came in boots ready and truck. So I'm gonna share some insight numbers with her because I don't think she knows exactly how many shows that she has done.
I don't.
But I'm gonna share all of that with her at that time. And we plan on having a really good time.
I better put my tambourine in the cleaners. I'm ready to have some church.
Listen.
So
y'all please make sure y'all run on up in here. What time Saturday?
5 o'clock Saturday.
Make sure y'all run on up in here at 5 o'clock.
Yep. 5.
All right.
Y'all have y'all faces in the places.
Yes.
At 5 o'clock. Please share with everybody you know and tell them to come on in here.
Come on for the party. Come on.
That's it.
Make sure you get the best seat in the house.
Yes.
And get ready because it's about to be a ride. So it's gonna be a good ride. So y'all make sure that y'all ready for that ride. But we about to roll up out of here, man. But we about to roll up out of here. But as we go, I'm gonna play a track to take us home. The name of the track is called Made It. The beat is provided by freebeats.io, but also produced by White Hot. So want you guys to enjoy this track as we roll up out of here. We love y'all to life. We love y'all to live. And look here, ain't nothing y'all can do about that. We love you. We want y'all to be prosperous. We want y'all to be successful. And more importantly, and I'm adding this right now, we want y'all to show up for yourselves. We want y'all to show up for yourselves. So please do that.
Yes.
Yep.
We love y'all. Ain't nothing you can do about that. Peace.